Wake up and smell the coffee, Mr. LaRusso.
Extreme situations require extreme measures.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Cobra Kai Karate. Go back to a brand new video. And guys, today we're going to talk about the brand new movie Sinners, which is kind of the talk of the town in movies right now. Since this movie this year has been very bad for movies, like it really has. We're almost halfway through the year. We've got nothing good, besides maybe one movie, and that's really it. And we've had some of the worst movies of all time in the Minecraft movie and the Snow White movie, and only one of those movies I had to dreadfully go through. But today we are here to talk about Sinners, which stars Michael B. Jordan, has Haley Steinfeld, a lot of other actors and actresses that are really good that maybe not as well known, but I thought the acting was done very well. We're going to get into all the movie, what it's about, and what I liked about it, and why I think this movie really does separate itself from a lot of movies today, and I really thought this was a good movie. Now, does it live up to the hype that people are saying? We're going to get into all that. So let's start with the whole movie. Now, I went to this movie not expecting it. All I knew is it stars Michael B. Jordan, has something to do with vampires, and that's really about it. And a lot of people are talking about it. So I watched it, and right off the bat, I think it was just very shot well. The cinematography was done very well. They really took their time with their shots. And I think my favorite thing about this movie out of everything is how they build up the world and how they build up the theme and the setting, and whether it's just the background actors, the colors, the soundtrack in the background, everything just made you feel inside this atmosphere, which I thought was very, very interesting. As you watch the movie, you want to learn more, and when it takes a big shift into vampires, it really does shock you. It kind of reminds me of The Green Mile, where it sets up such a drama and stuff, and then all of a sudden it just turns into like a supernatural thing, and some people get turned off by that, some people don't like that. I think it can be done if it's done well. Obviously it's going to shock you at first, so you're not going to know how to react, which is kind of how I was like, this was really weird. Even though I knew it kind of leads into that path, I didn't know it was going to lean like that. But I thought the movie was very, very interesting. I will say I did not know Michael B. Jordan play as twins in this movie, so I was really confused at first. I kept forgetting which one was one. But that was probably more of me being an idiot than the actual movie being doing something bad. But I thought how Michael B. Jordan acted in this movie was probably my favorite part of it. It was done very, very well, where he's able to act as two characters, and he's able to, in the action scene, the emotional scenes, the delivery, everything was done very, very well. And the lead actor who plays the kid, I thought he did a very, very well job. I thought the music that they played in this was really well, and I really love the aspect of them showing the blues and the music in there, because I always thought, the early stages of the blues music was always interesting about, what was that guy's name? I forgot his name, Johnson something. About how he sold his soul at the crossroads for the blues, and that's how he became the greatest blues singer, and just kind of origins of how people thought like it was something to do with the devil. And obviously this is the 30s, and then he has a pastor dad, so all that stuff was really, really interesting. And I thought the way they played the music, that whole nightclub sequence of showing the music from the past, the present, the future, everything, I thought was just so interesting. It really was an artistic movie that did really, really well doing that. But then you get to the vampire stuff, and I like it a lot. I do think, like I said with the Green Mile stuff, it did seem a little crazy, just like a big tone shift, but I think for the most part you're really interested in the characters, the side characters, what they want about, there's this one girl who wants to get back to her kid. That's a very interesting thing, so you're rooting for her in a way. You have this other girl, you have the one that the kid met, and you have you have the old and drunken dude who was this old blues singer. All these guys, they don't really come off as cliche characters. They might kind of do at front value, but you actually truly care for the characters, and you find them really interesting. You want to learn more about them, and here they are. And I think the horror sequence were done very, very well. I mean, they really did set it up well. It was terrifying at times. They did very, very well with that. And then you get to the ending, which I thought was really, really cool, where the beginning, it starts off showing him there, and then it shows him, all the way. It shows the whole story of how he got there. I really do love when movies do that. I really do. Sometimes it's not so good, but I love when movies do it the right way. And the whole thing about him dropping the guitar is like, drop it. They cut, and then it shows him the whole story. Then we get back to it. I thought he wasn't going to drop the guitar. That was going to be the last moment. But no, he doesn't. And he continues to be a blues singer, which I thought was really, really interesting. And yeah, they do a lot of cool stuff. With the characters. It's just a well fluent movie. They really have great dialogue, great acting, great storytelling, and honestly, my favorite thing was it was just a unique story, which is really lacking in modern day movies. So it's really good to see a movie finally step up and finally do something interesting and finally put some style in their movie, and actually start putting real cinema projects out there, not these cliche, boring, movies that are usually falling off a franchise that has already ended, or reliving or remaking, or everything that Hollywood's doing has just been bad. And for the most part, the golden age of movies have felt dead, but it's always good. You always get a good treat every now and then, and this one was it. I think this probably will be the best movie of the year. I'm looking at movies coming up. I really don't know what movie's going to compete. I was saying the Superman Legacy, but I don't know if they're going to go too much inside a cinema tone. I feel like they're going to go more into a cliche adventure Superman, which might be fun, but I don't think it'll be great. The Fantastic Four, I never found the origins really that interesting, and I really don't think it's going to be as adventurous as people think it's going to be. You got the Michael biopic, and biopics are usually a hit or miss nowadays, so we'll have to wait and see. That's the Michael Jackson. So we'll have to wait and see, and there's always movies that you don't know how they're going to play out or how they'll be good or not, but just not a lot of movies I think are going to be great this year. But we'll see. From now, this might be the best movie of the year, and I'm going to give this movie an 8.5. I recommend you guys to watch it. You're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to find it very, very interesting, very, very captivating. And, it's one of those movies that take you out of the world you're in and put you in a new one. And you're just interested from the beginning to the end. And the ending is very satisfying with characters, with great arcs, great ideas, executed very, very well. And I'm going to give Sinners an 8.5. Did I already say that? I don't know. But if I did, I'm saying it again. 8.5, which is a really high scoring, especially for modern day movies. And that's basically all I gotta say about that. Here's my graph for the whole entire movie, the score, writing, all that. And yeah, that's basically my review. Not the most in-depth review, because I did just watch the movie. Usually takes me a while to think. Maybe I'll have more to say Tuesday night, where I'll be going live to talk about the movie a bit. But yeah, it is refreshing to see movies like this. And yeah, with that being said, I am going to rewatch Star Wars Phantom Menace, the first, well, not the first one, but the first of the prequels, as I'll be reviewing all Star Wars movies. So I'm going to watch that tomorrow, and maybe get the review out tomorrow or Wednesday. You guys know me, I'm not the biggest fan of that movie, but maybe I'll have my mind changed. I doubt it, but we'll see. So if you guys want to hear me talk about Star Wars, which I do not talk about a lot, and I've not watched it for a long time, so there's going to be really nuanced opinions. Check that out. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Always remember, extreme tools require extreme measures. Peace out.